If you're making millions of dollars a year, but you started out with your why being, I want to spend more time with my family, and you have not spent any time with your family, you've missed the whole thing. You've lost track of your why. All right, so today's topic can actually be an answer for two separate questions or two different scenarios. One scenario, let's build for you, is you're into your business. You've been into it for maybe a year, maybe a little over, maybe a little less, but you're really grinding out and things have not broken loose for you. And you're really just starting to get wore down and you're wondering, why am I still doing this? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I going to be doing it like this for the rest of my life, or is it going to break loose? Or the other side, you may be doing it for 5 to 10 years, and I'm not there personally myself. This was actually just a conversation I had today with a good friend of mine, kind of playing the future game, dreaming. Okay, 5, 10 years down the road in your business, you're going to be asking the same thing. Why am I doing this? Or how far do you push? How far do you go with your growth? When do you stop growing? And all that's revolved around, when do you quit? Right? So that's the question for both of these topics is, when do you stop pushing growth? And when do you quit when you're in business and it might not just be your cup of tea? Excuse me. Well, this is my point of view, and we'll lay it out. Look, to me, it's all mindset. I've talked about this before with the other scenario about things just aren't going your way. That can be two things about that. It can be either you just haven't hit that critical point where it's all going to start going your way, or business just might not be for you. That's okay. Right now, business, entrepreneurship is just, it's cool. It's just like going to college was, 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago. And everyone was going to college. That's a cool thing. Now it's cool to be an entrepreneur, right? I've been doing business. I've been thinking I was going to be in business, and I've been around business my entire life. But I didn't follow this because it's cool. I just actually happened to be at the right place at the right time in the era of what's cool, and it happens to be entrepreneurship. I'd have been doing this whether it's cool or not. So make sure that you understand that you're doing it because you want to, not because it was just cool and everybody's doing it, right? Also, the same thing on growth. You're pushing, you need to understand, why are you pushing? Are you, how much money do you need? How many, how big do you need? How many followers do you need on social media? All that plays into the massive question of why. You have to understand why. And the best time to understand why you're doing something is when you very first start. Not enough people take the time to understand this. They just get in because, frankly, it's kind of a disturbing thing. You get on Instagram, you get anywhere, you're going to see hot chicks, you see fancy cars, you're going to see money, you're going to see big houses. That's what's being sold right now. Sorry, number 5. It's all easy. Do this 15, 20-step program. Do my 6-month program, and you could be a millionaire in a year. Right there, that's all that's being pushed right now. So if you don't understand why you're getting into business, you've just been inundated with social media and any kind of other media or outside source that's the cool thing to do, that you're going to have hot chicks, you're going to have fancy cars, you're going to have just money laying around on beds. Apparently when you have money, you lay it out on a bed and take a picture of it and throw it on Instagram. You're going to be able to afford big houses, all this stuff, and all it takes is just buy a program. It's just easy. You just got to do it. I literally was just told by an individual that he went to a weld school, and this teacher there had pretty much promised, I don't know if he said absolutely promised, but said out of his mouth that, oh yeah, when you become a welder, you can be making $200,000 a year. Now, welders make good money if you're in the right market, your business or your pipeliner. But I don't know many just welders that have been able to hit $200,000. And I've known some welders that have been hooked up straight all year, 7 days a week. And they may be touching about 160, 170, and that was an abnormal situation. If there's anyone out there that has hit 200, Please let me know. I'm curious to actually see that, but I haven't personally known anyone hit those numbers. So that was a bogus lie. 'Cause all that was, hey, go through my welding program, and yeah, shoot, when you become a welder, you'll be making $200,000. So all that being tied in is you don't know why. If you don't know your why, you're gonna be chasing things that are inconsequential. Inconsequential things are getting hot chicks, lots of money, lots of followers, lots of viewers. You know, you're a real famous person. You get lots of likes. Look, all these things are inconsequential. You're never going to get to a financial number. You're never going to get a number of followers or likers. You're never going to have a house big enough or a shop big enough that's going to satisfy you, because as soon as you hit that point, it will be empty. I have talked to, I mean, at least not a handful, but a few business owners that will take me into their personal lives and have told me this. Look, I was shooting for making $1 million a year. Made it. That was the most depressing day of my life, because when I hit that, it was so empty, it was so hollow, it was not what I was expecting. It was just another day. There was no big hurrah, there was no like moment, like lightning flashing or anything. It was just another day. I had made $1 million in a year. Guess what? I still had to wake up and work the next day. Nothing changed. I hit that number, but nothing changed. Work still had to be done. Business still had to be run. So all this is to lead you back to the point of, whenever you hit those numbers, make sure it's just to calculate that you are growing, not that it's your end goal. Because this is why most of those numbers are so empty, that if that is your why, you're not going to be very successful to begin with. You're going to be either in the first scenario of being about a year in, pushing for these numbers and not hitting them, or maybe you're doing very good, you just don't realize that the numbers you're holding yourself to are unrealistic, and you should be very thankful for what you do have. Or you're 5 or 10 years down the road and you're still unsatisfied because you're hitting massive numbers, but every time you get there, it's just not enough. So bring it all the way back around. Understand your why. Why are you starting a business? Stick with that why. Do everything for that why. So whenever you get to a point, or kind of a crossroads, kind of getting down, don't understand where you're at, if you should keep pushing forward or should you quit? When is the time to quit? Same thing with the growth. If you're 5-10 years in, you're growing, like, man, I'm making $1 million a year. Do I keep pushing? I'm making $2-5 million a year. I don't know how successful you'll be. I just know you will be successful. Whenever you get that point, you can start asking, how much do I keep pushing? Well, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm making $250,000 a year. I'm taking home 250,000, and I got a very good crew of guys. Do I keep pushing? Do I keep growing? And if you have a why, that will be your leading compass. That will tell you what you're at. If you're making millions of dollars a year, but you started out with your why being, I want to spend more time with my family, and you have not spent any time with your family, you've missed the whole thing. You've lost track of your why. That's also going to keep you motivated. If things get tough, you're going to remember, why did I do this? Why did I start? Because I wanted to spend more time with my family, and I am achieving that, and my bills are provided for. You might not be in the fanciest cars. You might not be in the biggest houses. If you have a family, hopefully you're not chasing after the hottest chicks. I don't know. I'm not judging your personal life. But just know that will be your compass. Before you start, understand why you're starting a business. Make sure it's not for money, and make sure it's not for fame, because both of those will always elude you if that's what you're chasing after. Money and fame only go after the people that are so inspired for a noble cause, an authentic cause and reason. You're actually there to help people, because we're so good with social media now. Shoot, you guys can literally pick up on someone trying to sell or market something to you in a matter of milliseconds. That's how long it takes. So being faking it till you make it's never going to cut it. Chasing after that money, chasing after fame, fortune, all that, it's always going to elude you, because you're chasing after the wrong thing. Chase after your why, and all the rest will take care of itself, guys. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I wish I could give you like a Welderbeast guarantee. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's topic. If you have anything to add, as always, add it. Love the conversation. Love the support. Love talking with you guys. You've been awesome so far. Hope you guys have an amazing day. As always, I'll talk to you later.